Hi guys, welcome back to the channel Study Time. I know you are new to this channel, so please stay tuned because today we are going to start with a new subject that is international business and a new topic that is international business environment. So let's begin. International business environment. Okay, so today we are going to learn a new topic or a new lesson, a new chapter that is international business environment. Okay. Now, international business environment, this contains three words. Okay. Now, each word has its own meaning, and with the title of the lesson only, we will understand that what we are going to learn in this chapter. Okay. So, international business environment, the word international. Okay. Word international means beyond the boundaries. Okay. Beyond the boundaries or outside our country. That is the international. Okay, next word is business. Now what is business? Business is actually what? Trade. Okay, or in easy language you can say buying and selling of goods and services for profit. Okay, because business is always done with the perspective of profit. Okay, and the last word is environment. So what is environment? It is our surroundings. Okay, or something which is around us, we are surrounded with. Okay, all our four sides or something which is covering us. Okay, that is our environment. So in this chapter basically we are going to learn the surrounding which is there beyond the boundaries for buying and selling of goods and services for profit or for doing trade or doing any business activity. What are the surrounding beyond the boundaries? Okay, that we are actually going to learn in this chapter, international business environment. Okay, so let's begin with the chapter. This is going to be an interesting for us to study or for us to get knowledge. From that perspective, it is a very good chapter. Okay, so before moving further, I will request all of you to please like the video, share and subscribe to the channel for upcoming new videos with new interesting topic like this. Okay, so let's begin. An international business strategy is successful in one country or market may fail in another country or market due to the differences in their environment. Okay, now business strategies. Okay, now international business strategies are different and domestic business strategies are different. Now we are talking about international business. So business that is carried out beyond the boundaries or in foreign countries outside your country. Okay, that are the international businesses. So whatever strategies you apply in your country, in your domestic country or any another country, it might not be successful into another country. Okay, rather than that particular country. Okay, it might sometimes fail. Okay, why does these fail? Because there is a difference in the environment. Okay, now in the same way the environment of India and the environment of foreign countries, if you see, there is a huge difference. Okay, so because of that some strategies fail in the market. Okay, some business strategies sometimes fail into the market of your foreign countries. Okay, now features of, so that is why whatever strategies we make for our business or for mostly international business, we have to see what kind of strategic formulations we are preparing. We have to have the strategy that would be adaptable to that particular country in which we are starting a business. Okay, it should be helpful or it should be related or it should be in that kind where it will be useful or it will be suitable for that particular country also in which we are having the business. Okay, so let's move further. The next concept is features of international business. So what are different features of international business? The first is aggregative. Now what is aggregative? Aggregate means total. Okay, so international business environment is a total of all factors. Okay, now those factors can be internal, okay, within an business organization or external outside the business organization. Okay, so it is aggregative, it contains all internal and external factors. Okay, next feature is interrelated. Now interrelated means the business environment is always interrelated, it is related to one another. So all business environment like your whatever environment is there, external or internal, they are going to be interrelated. Okay, now suppose your suppliers your external factors. Okay, but if your suppliers are not giving you proper material or not supplying the material that you want or sufficient stock that you want for your production, for your business, okay, then definitely the internal production department is going to suffer due to those things. Okay, because they will not be able to produce things, and because they will not be able to produce things, and because material that you want or sufficient stock that you want for your production, for your business, okay, then definitely the internal production department is going to suffer due to those things. Okay, because they will not be able to produce things, and because there is no production, there will be no proper sales of goods. Okay, so each and every factor, whether it is internal or external, that is going to be interrelated and interdependent. Okay, the factors are also going to be interdependent. Okay, then the next feature is dynamic. Okay, business environment is dynamic. Now what is dynamic? Dynamic means it keeps on changing. Always a business environment is never stable. Okay, it keeps on changing. It keeps on changing according to the situation, accordingly to the place, according to the time. It keeps on changing. Okay, and the next factor is general and special forces. Now what are general and special forces? Now these both general and special forces also affect your business environment. Okay, now what are general forces? General forces are your, it can be your economical, social, political, legal, or natural conditions. Okay, these are definitely going to affect your business, okay, in one or another case. Okay, next is special forces. Now what are special forces? There are some special things that can directly affect your business. Okay, that can be your investors, your customers, your competitors, supplier. Okay, they directly affect your business. General forces may not directly affect your business, but somehow or the other they affect your business. Okay, so these were the features. Now next feature is relative. Okay, business environment is a relative concept. Business environment is related to place. Okay, like suppose one country has a particular economy. Okay, but whereas or those particular strategies which are there in one country might not be favorable for another country. Okay, so this happened. This is because of the difference from country to country. The reasons are different, the climate is different, so there is a difference between the countries. Okay, next is intertemporal. Next is intertemporal. Business environment is also an a concept which is related to overtime. Okay, means it changes accordingly to the time. Now we are not actually using all those things that we were using in 90s. Okay, we have changed, we have upgraded ourselves. Okay, so according to the time also things change. The business environment has changed. The business environment in 1919, okay, was different. For example, before 1991, before the policy of LPG, okay, the situation was different. Okay, but after 1991 there were lot of changes in the country. Okay, economically lots of changes happened. So accordingly to the time also international business changes. Next is uncertain. Business environment is always uncertain. You cannot define or you cannot be sure about the business environment how it would be. It will change. Okay, you can't forecast your future that this is going to be happened or this will happen. It might happen, it might not happen. You cannot be clear or you cannot be or that this is going to be there. Okay, so business environment is uncertain. Next is contextual. So a business environment, you can say it is a big concept or it is a macro concept. It is a very huge and aggregative concept. Okay, whereas if you're talking about only business firm is a micro concept. Okay, it is a part of a business environment, so it is a micro unit. Okay, so these were the functions of business environment. Now moving further, environment of international business. What are the different kinds of environment of international business, or you can say different types of environments of international business. Okay, so there are actually four types of environment of international business, that is domestic environment, foreign environment, global environment, and internal environment. Okay, these are the environments of international business. Now we will be learning in detail what are these environments. So first is domestic environment. Now what is domestic environment? When a business is operated into the home country, okay, or whatever is there into your home country, same environment is there in another country, so that particular things you can adapt or follow in another country as well. Okay, next is foreign environment. Foreign environment is where your business is operated into another country, and in that particular country, if you are known, then that particular country has different laws, rules, and regulations for any conduct of business. Next is global environment. Now what is global environment? Okay, any business firm or which is a business environment which is having a global impact on your business. Okay, means overall impact. That is global environment affects anything that is happening globally overall. That is, for example, World Trade Organization. It is an organization which is happening globally. There are most of the countries are involved into that. Okay, it is like at the top level. So that is a global environment. Next is internal environment. Internal environment is the environment within your international business. Okay, within your business organization. Okay, it can include the mission of your international business, your vision, your commitments, your management, your organizational structure, your decision making power, your financial decisions, the recruitments, the resources. Okay, so this all comes into your internal environment. Okay, so these were the four types of environment. Now next is economic environment. Okay, now what is an economic environment? So economic environment of different country exercises the directing the most influence on international business. Now economic environment is basically environment related to the economic factors. Okay, now what are economic factors? Okay, so it can be your economic system, the level of development. So economic environment of different country exercises, means whatever practice is done of economic environment, it affects international business. Okay, different country has this different economic environment. Okay, and so it is different in each and every country. Main components of international business. So these are the components of international business, or you can say factors of an international business. Okay, economic factors of international business. First is economic system. Okay, then level of economic development, pattern of economic development, economic structure. Okay, economic policies and economic conditions. So how your economic system is, what kind of level of economic development you have in your country, what pattern of economic development you have, what kind of structure is there of the economy. Okay, what are the economic policies that are followed in that country, what are the economic condition that is going on in that particular country. So these all are the economic factors that are taken into consider for economic environment. Okay, next is economic system. Now what are the economic system? This is all we are already known to. Okay, so economic systems are of three types. Okay, capitalism, communism, and mixed economy. Now what is capitalism? When the ownership or everything, that is your ownership, production, is in the hands of the private sector, in the public or the people of that particular country. Okay, so all market forces, whether it is demand, supply, everything is controlled by the customer, the people. Okay, that is the capitalism. Now US, UK, they have this capitalism in their countries. Okay, so consumer or the people has the choice that what has to be produced and who will produce that particular things in the country. Okay, so all the rights are given to the people. Next is communism. Now what is communism? Communism means the state or the government controls all the means ownership, production, distribution, is everything is controlled by the government. The government will decide what has to be done. Okay, Now for example, the countries like Russia, China, they have they are the communist countries, okay, because everything is controlled there by the government. Next is mixed economy. Now mixed economy is a combination of capitalism and communism. Means in a mixed economy, both the features of communism and capitalism are present. Okay, like some of, or you can say most of the things are controlled by the government, and some of the things are given to the private sectors also, that is the people. Okay, people also, that is a mixed economy. Now the best example we all know, that is India. India has a mixed economy. Okay, so some of the work or most of the work is controlled by the government, and some things are, or the remaining things are covered by the private sectors. Okay, so these are the three kinds of economic systems. Now the next is level of economic development. Okay, how economic development is there? The level of economic development is different in different countries. Okay, so each and every country has its own level of economy development. Okay, so different countries have different kind of level of economic development. Countries are frequently classified as developing and developed countries. Okay, most of the countries are classified into developed countries and developing countries on the basis of per capita income. So the categorization of countries into developed and developing countries are done on the basis of per capita income. Okay, how much income is there, accordingly to that they are classified into developed and developing countries. There are three types of level of economic development, or economic development of any country is divided into three categories. Okay, in 2008 we need to follow these things to know the per capita income or economic development of the countries. Okay, so let's see what are these three types or three categories. So first is low income country. Okay, countries which have a very low income. All countries with a per gross in national income of rupees $975 or less in 2008 are included in this category. Okay, so low income countries were those countries where the GNI, that is gross national income, was less than rupees $975, okay, in 2008, or less than that. Okay, were there in the category of low income group. Okay, now low income group countries were like that, where there was limited industrialization, high birth rate, means more population, low literacy, then heavy dependence on foreign aid. People used to morely depend on import or something that would come from another country, means not self-sufficient. Then technological backwardness, no technology, unemployment, underemployment. Okay, so this all things were there. Or most important thing is poverty. Okay, political instability. So these countries was categorized as low income countries. Okay, next is middle income countries. Okay, so in this countries with per capita income between rupees $975 and $11,905 in 2008 are included in this category. So middle income countries are those countries which have the per capita income between $975 to $11,905. Okay, if any country is having the per capita income into this range, then the country is said to be a middle income country. Okay, or countries. So this was the second classification or categories. Okay, now these countries were some kind of early stages of industrialization. Okay, once industrialization was happening, then consumer market was expanding, there was increase in urbanization, little bit rising of literacy level. Okay, then low cost labor. So this was somewhat there. Now in 2008, okay, there were 100 middle income countries. Okay, and it was also known as the second world of economics. Now there are two types, or you can say in middle income countries were divided into two types. Subdivision was lower middle income groups and upper middle income groups. Now lower middle income groups were those groups which were having the per capita income between $976 and $3,855. If your per capita income was between this, then you were coming into the lower middle income groups. Okay, and the next one was upper middle income. So these was having the per capita income between $3,856 to $11,905 in 2008. Okay, so these were the two subdivision or categorization of middle income countries. Okay, now the next or the third type was high income countries. Now these high income countries were those countries which were having the per capita income of $11,906 or more in 2008. Okay, there were two main categories of high income countries: industrial economics and exporting countries. Okay, so high income countries were divided into two categories, that was industrial economies and oil exporting countries. Okay, now high income countries were those countries which had proper high level of industrialization, advanced technology, literacy level, information age. Okay, had technology, employment, everything was there, urbanization. Okay, so these were the high income countries, and these were also said to be advanced countries. Or now next is economic policies. Okay, now what are economic policies? Economic policy exercise a significant influence on business. Means economic policies has their effect on business, or economic policies have a great effect on the business or business environment. Government policies may offer incentives or subsidies to certain industries which fall within the country's priority, say, while may be certain restrictions on non-priority industries. Okay, so government have some incentives or some subsidies to some industries. Okay, so that they will have countries priority or fall within some certain offers or subsidies, or some were there which were having some restrictions or non-priority industries. Okay, accordingly to the economic policies or according to the government policies. Now these were the different policies that were made by the government. First is industrial policy. Now what is industrial policy? Industrial policy were having, you can say, they were a scope for private sectors, or private sectors had a major role. It was not only private sector, public, joint, cooperative, or any smalls of economy, they were having a scope and role. Means they were also given importance, and they also had an effect on the scale of operation, industrial location, choice of technology. Okay, but accordingly to all these industrial policies, there were a cutthroat competition in all these different kinds of firms or sectors. Okay, next is foreign investment. Now what was foreign investment? Ki any country after 1991, if they want to start their company or business firm into foreign country, okay, they had no restrictions. Okay, but before 1991 we had some restrictions. We would restricted for any foreign investment, okay, or foreign capital. But after 1991 it was easy for Indian to go to have foreign capital or to have foreign investment. Okay, next is technology policy. Okay, so if we want to have any foreign technology or technology from abroad, or any capital investment from abroad, it can be easily available now in India after 1991. Next is foreign trade policy. So foreign trade policy, there is some restrictive import policies that protects your domestic firm. Okay, now foreign trade policy helps to have liberalization of imports, then competition in the, you can say, because of those foreign companies, or because of the competitiveness, it happens that we are very cost conscious. We are preferring quality. We are seeing after sales service. Okay, because we have choice. Okay, because of these competitive industries or different policies, different firms, we have a lot of choice and variety. We are also being conscious about what goods or products we are purchasing. Next is monetary policy. Monetary policy is, head of monitoring policy in India is RBI. Okay, so it looks towards the cost or the availability of cost in the country, how much saving is there, how much investment is there, okay, in the country, how much spending is there, okay, and how much savings the country has, how much it is spending outside, okay, how much credit capacity it has. Okay, so everything is seen by the, in India it is RBI, or in different countries there are different of the banks or the central banks that's look after the monetary policy. Next is fiscal policy, government's policy about public revenue, public expenditure due to various industries and different sectors. What kind of taxes are there, what taxes are to be imposed, or how much taxes has to be increased, decreased, it has to be seen by the government. Okay, now if business firms are wanted to be globalized or prefer any country, they have to see what kind of economic policies that particular country has. Okay, and if they have a stable and friendly relation, then it would be easy for anyone to conduct business. Next is economic conditions. Okay, economic conditions exercise a major influence on the product and pricing strategy of business firms. So economic condition has a major impact on the product and the pricing of the product. Okay, so whenever we are making any strategy for product, okay, for the manufacturing of the product or for the pricing of the product, we have to take into consider the economic situations, okay, in that particular country or that place. Now see, rate of economic growth, price level, trade cycle, or any other economic condition of different countries significantly influence international business. Okay, so whether it is a rate of economic growth, price level, trade cycle, or any other factor, that is definitely going to affect the business environment. So, and we have to take into consideration what are these all factors, okay, in that country, and in each and every country all these factors are going to be different. Okay, so accordingly to that you have to apply strategies. Okay, different strategies would be applicable in different countries. Balance of payment position and the current accounting situation in the country influences economic policy and business environment. Okay, so the kind of balance of payment ka position in that country or the current accounting situation in that country is going to definitely affect the economic policies and business environment. Okay, because balance of payment, if up and down, it will affect the economic policy, and then economic policy will affect the business environment. In the same way, if there is current account situation has any changes, it will affect economic policies, and again it is going to affect the business environment. Okay, so you have to keep in mind this also. Next is promotion strategies also needs to be modified. Okay, now whatever promotion strategy is most important. Okay, how you promote your product, okay, or how you promote your business, that is most important. So accordingly to the time, according to the place, you need to change or you need to modify your promotion strategies also. Okay, whether it is marketing, whether it is advertising, okay, you have to change according to the time, place, and situation. Next is social environment. Okay, what is social environment is related to your social factors. A social factor is something that we are very close to. So social environment consists of demographic factor, caste system, family system, migration, ethnic aspects, etc. Okay, so these all are our social environment. It can be demographic factor, caste system, family system, migration, ethnic aspects, etc. Now see, demographic factor. Now what demographic factors are? Mostly demographic factor depends upon people. Okay, the main component of demographic factor is people. So related to people, what all factors are there that we are going to discuss. First is size of population. Okay, now the major determinant for demand, we have population. Now China and India has a huge population. Okay, so there is a huge demand in the market, but developed countries also have huge population and they also have attractive market. But if you see foreign market and the domestic market always have a competition. Okay, because the environment and the products or whatever the firm is, they are always different. Okay, like in the Indian clothes or the Indian traditional clothes are different, whereas the foreign clothes, the Western culture is different. Okay, so even we have both, there is going to be a competition. Okay, so multinational companies mostly invest in developing countries, okay, so that it will help to have a huge demand. Okay, it will create huge demand in developing countries, so they will get a low cost labor. Okay, next factor is age structure. Now age structure depends upon the age of the population, okay, or age of the people in the country. Now suppose if in a particular country birth rates are increasing, okay, then the market should be seeking for any baby products. Now suppose in particular country there are mostly young people, adults, couples, so in that particular countries there will be more demand for traveling. Okay, there will be more income, so they will spend on traveling, eating. So definitely there you can say benefit will be there in hotels, airline, restaurant, amusement park, tourist places. Many countries having an old age, okay, or senior citizens, okay, the rate or the number of senior citizens are more, then that particular population will create business opportunities for pharmaceutical firms, then diagnostic centers, hospitals. Okay, so accordingly to the age structure there would be different pattern of demand. Okay, so it gives different you can say it gives different opportunities for different forms. Next is gender. With increasing number of that particular gender will affect your business environment. If there are number of women in the country, definitely it is going to be affecting the business which are related to your home appliances, beauty products, cosmetics, okay, or clothes. So the kind of gender population you have, it is going to affect your business. Okay, if you have population of children, then mostly educational stationery, books, okay, toys, this all would be, or this particular making production factories would be more. Okay, industries related to these things would be more. Next is occupation. Now related to occupation, if a particular country is developing, mostly in developed countries we have lots of labor and we get low cost labor. Okay, so there in those particular countries mostly the mobility of labor happen. Okay, the labors are, the opportunity for those labors are more. Next is education. As a literacy level, okay, there is change in demand also. Okay, if people are literate, then there will be different kind of demand pattern, because if people are literate, their lifestyle, their quality or their standard of living expenditure will be different. Okay, next is other trends. The management also has problems regarding the different or the diverse workforce in the terms of caste, religion, language. Accordingly to that, the marketing strategies or the varies. Okay, the taste preference also varies of that particular population. Next is migration and authenticity. Now what is this? In developed countries like US, the number of migrants from Asia and other regions has increased rapidly. Okay, migrants means the people who go from one place to another for work. So in developed countries mostly you can see migrants. Migrants are the people who come. They are called as migrants. Okay, and migration is if anyone is moving from one place to another in search of jobs or occupation, that is migration. So in developed countries like US, mostly people come in search of job or they leave their country and come to those countries. Okay, from Asia, most of the migrants goes to USA. So the number of the migrants are increasing. Each ethnic group has its own wants and buying habits. So each kind of group, okay, they have their own choice, their own wants, their own buying. Okay, so different group, different people have their own choice. Accordingly to that, you have to make your marketing strategies. Next is family system. The family system also has an impact on international business. Okay, if you see, a woman plays a dominant role in the family. Okay, but that happens only in Europe and North America. But if you see in Islamic or Asian countries, they are not given a significant role. Okay. I hope this video was helpful for y'all. So please like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And for the next part, stay tuned. I will be coming up as early as possible with the next part of this video. Okay, so till then, stay happy, focus on your study. All the best for your exams. Bye.